All right, guys, welcome to Max and Ben Talk Hockey. I'm Ben, and this is an individual interview, the first of many that we are going to do until the summer. And right now, I'm talking with Rodwin Dionicio. He's Swiss, and he's on the Niagara Ice Dogs. Rodwin, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm pretty good, right? So when I looked you up originally, it said that you're from Newark, New Jersey. And then I looked you up on like Elite Prospects, and then you played youth hockey in Switzerland. So describe like how that worked out because I'm like a bit confused with that.
Yeah, so my parents they lived like the whole life in New York, so I was just born there. But like my mom always wanted to travel to move to Switzerland, so we moved like when I was 6 months old. We moved to Switzerland, so I basically lived my whole life in Switzerland. So, and I also started playing hockey there, and yeah, it started everything in Switzerland.
Got it. Yeah, I mean that's really cool. I was also like born in New York, so like same as you.
Oh, really?
And then at a young age I had to move to England. So I lived in London for 3 years. So pretty similar. I didn't start playing hockey there though. I played hockey when I moved back to New Jersey, but pretty similar. Um, and then you entered into the CHL Import Draft and you were selected 18th overall by the Niagara Ice Dogs. So describe the CHL Import Draft if you know a little bit about it to viewers who might not know that much about it. Like,
So
what is it? Like, how does it work, basically?
it's like it. You have two drafts, like the normal draft, like Canadian and the American draft, and then you have how you say the import draft, that like mostly Europe's people, players, and yeah, so it's like it works like you just tell your agent like what you want, and if you want to go overseas to Canada, like to the CHL, it's basically everything about your agent. Like he does everything for you, and after that, like you get some few calls from few teams, and then it's all about you, what you want, and then yeah, you just get picked by a team, and then works pretty fast. Like when I got drafted at the 18 overall, like 5 minutes later, I got a call from the GM and like told me like what's the next step and everything. So goes everything pretty fast after you get picked, and yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, and obviously being picked 18th overall in like any draft is really important. So, like, describe the feeling when you were drafted by the Ice Dogs.
Yeah, it was like the day before the draft, like my agent called me like, yeah, your chances are not that high anymore, because like I told him at the World Juniors U18, I told him I wanna go overseas to play in the CHL, and he told me, yeah, we can do this, and like from there on, my chances were pretty big to get picked. But the one day before the draft, he told me like, you probably not get picked from any team. I don't know why. And like today, like at the draft day, I watched just the draft, and like with a mindset, yeah, my season is gonna start in Switzerland this year, not in Canada. So when I saw the 18th pick by Niagara Ice Dog, I was kind of happy. I was on the call with my agent too, and yeah, I was pretty happy there to to can live my dream now. Like there was always my dream to go overseas at that age, and yeah, now I'm here and live my dream, man.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, and before you moved to Canada, you went to the U18 World Juniors. Although, from what I heard, Switzerland didn't do too well. How was like the experience going down to Texas and playing against like really great players?
Yeah, I mean, like I was an underage there, so I was the O3s there, so it was another plus experience, because I mean, not everybody can go there as an underage, and it was kind of hard for me because when we have the camp before that, I had to get in quarantine because one of my buddies at hockey was positive, so I had to get quarantine. So I was first pretty scared, like I can't go, but at the end he still picked me, the coach, and so I went with the team to Texas. And also in Texas, when we arrived in Texas, it was a tough time for me because I didn't play that much. Like I just had from this 5 games, 2 games. Like it was against Sweden and Canada. Like was still pretty good teams. And but I also just from watching the games, I could really see like the difference and what I have to improve like the next few years. And it was still I could still pretty learn much from this tournament, also just from watching, and I also had a lot of fun there. So a lot of good things.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool. Like obviously you learn a lot, and definitely this coming season, this coming World Juniors in the summer, I'm pretty sure that would be like I'm pretty sure you'd be selected also. So that would be good. Did you go to the Halinka Gretzky Cup with Switzerland this past year?
Yeah, I was there too. Yeah.
Nice. And how was that playing for your country?
It was awesome to play for Switzerland again at this big tournament, but like that was probably the worst tournament we ever had. Like I signed up playing the national team because it's difficult. Like we just had like pretty bad luck there at this tournament. Like we went last place. We lost a
Uh,
game against Germany for the last place. So our coach wasn't really happy. Nobody was happy, and but still we learned a lot of things. Like we played against big countries like Russia with Michkov and Miroshikenchikov and everything else with like Czech Republic and Finland. It was still like we could see where we standing and like where the other O4s are. So we could
yeah,
like what we have to improve as a team and individual. So
got
yeah,
it. I mean, it's still cool going to that tournament. Obviously, getting last, it isn't the best. I actually know someone from the German team, and he said he wasn't happy at all, even though they did beat Switzerland. Their coach was like really mad with them, and none of the players enjoyed it. So I can imagine how you also felt.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, so currently this season in 24 games you have 15 points and two of those were goals. So describe your first OHL goal and what happened and like your emotions right after.
so I got lucky. Like our best player forward, Daniil Gushin, he was suspended for 1 game, so I just took his spot at the power play at the playmaker. So that was my first game as a playmaker in this league. So I was kind of like more not that offensive, like more the easy things. So and I got the pass from Cameron Butler, our captain, and I started off the pitch to shoot it, and I kind of missed my shot. Like I wanted to go top shelf, but it went 5-0. So got lucky a little bit there, but I mean, goal is a goal, so I was pretty happy there. I wasn't really paying attention because nobody was like selling it, so I wasn't sure if it was going in. But at the end, I heard the horn, so I was really happy there. Yeah, my teammates were hyped too for me, and yeah, I got the puck at the end, and it's
That's
awesome.
cool. That's awesome. So obviously since then you scored one more goal and had 13 assists. So like your goals for the future, obviously the NHL draft that's coming in the summer. So what do you think your goals are for the future if you hopefully get drafted?
So I want to for sure like end the season like good, like play the rest of the second half better than I had the first half. So that's one big thing. And also I want to develop my skating a lot and like my making decisions, in the defense zone and every single zone we in the game want to develop there. And also I'm looking forward for the U18 World Juniors. I want to make their big impact for the team. I mean, with a pretty decent team this year with the O4s, a lot of players who plays in the CHL, so I could see there like a chance to win something for the first time. So I want to get ready for this tournament also. And yeah, how you say it at the end, the NHL draft is a big thing for sure, but that's a long way. So that's it's not really in my head right now, but it's something. So working on it, and we'll see.
How does the schooling system work in the CHL, or most importantly, in the OHL?
So I'm actually not in school anymore. They asked me if I want to go to school here, but I told them I don't really want to go to school in Canada. But I can tell you a little bit about the school.
Sure, that's good.
So it's mostly we have the breakfast club. There's those veterans we have and plus me, because they're not going to school. So we have practice in the morning, and the school kids, they're always joining us at 12 o'clock. So they can, after school, they just go get something to eat and come to the rink, have a workout, and then we mostly have a video, like the school guys. And yeah, that's the most things I know about the school guys. And also they have they need to improve in school, to can practice and get the pleasure to get out of school once if we have a game, or a game in time that it's still in school time. So they have to improve school to also can play professional hockey here in Niagara. So
Got it. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Obviously, you need good grades.
oh,
Hockey can't carry you everywhere. And my last question is how the billet system works in the OHL. So I know you're probably staying at your billet house. So how does that work?
yeah, so it really went pretty fast when I arrived in Canada. One of the GMs picked me up and drove me directly to the billet. So that's also one that's a help for them. And in the billets also, it's they have to be vaccinated. If they're not vaccinated, they can't be billets. And also the all not Ice Dogs fans, they also get from the Ice Dogs cards, season cards. So that's also one big thing. They understand hockey, and I mean, you can talk with them about the game. They mostly watch the games. My billets, they every single game there. So that's pretty
That's
cool.
cool.
Yeah, we talk about the games, what I do wrong or something. And I also got a roommate, Anthony Agostinelli. So that's also one big thing that's pretty cool from that they put me with a roommate. That's much more easier for me because my English, can talk to a buddy or something. And yeah, I think they did a pretty good job with the billets now. I also saw some friends billets, and they're also good peoples. And yeah, it's I think it's a pretty good thing, what they do. And yeah.
All right. And that should end it for today. Rodwin, thank you so much for joining.
Thanks for having me. No problem.
All right. Thank you for watching, everyone. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and like the videos. Drop a comment if you want to see if we can interview someone, and we'll try our best to get them. And of course, stay safe.